Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another stimulus check update video. If you want to find out how you can get $2,000 per quarter, you already know what to do. Stay tuned, I got you covered. Now guys, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, my name is Shalae, and here on this channel we talk about shopping, saving, and everything in between. Now guys, I am putting out 4 videos today, okay? 4. So if you have any questions or comments, take a look at the other videos and just do that anyway, right? And if you can, go ahead and hit that like and even possibly subscribe button. And yeah, that way I can keep you updated on everything that's going on. All right, let's jump into it. Alrighty, so Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, along with 3 other Democrats in the Senate, is adding his proposal for another round of stimulus money. So, you know what? A new day, a new stimulus, right? Every day we get a new stimulus bill proposal, but you know what? I'm okay with it. All right, so Senator Brown is proposing that we get $2,000 per person a quarter. If approved, this would actually be a direct payment into people's bank account. So this proposal will be a part of the Democrats' larger push for an additional stimulus bill, and Senator Brown hopes that this negotiation would be complete in the next few weeks. Now, there's a lot to discuss. We'll go ahead and break it down. But before we go ahead and, dissect the parts, each part, Senator Brown is also introducing a bill seeking $100 billion for renters impacted by the pandemic. So he is busy, okay, Ohio? Y'all senator is doing some work. All right, so it is the Emergency Rental Assistance and Rental Market Stabilization Act. So this would actually keep families and individuals who are stably housed with emergency rental assistance. This bill will also give assistance to help people pay their rent during and after the pandemic. Because, come on, think about it, guys. The last thing that we want is people out of their homes and onto the streets during the pandemic. And I think I was reading an article where it said 91% of people made partial payments for their rent for the month of April. And that was as opposed to 91%, it sounds like a large number. It sounds like, okay, well, you still was able to make a payment, but previously it was around like 95, 96%. So a lot of people have not even paid their April bills, and we are into in the first week of May. And so you still have people that have to pay their May bills. And depending on how long this drags out, what about June, July? You get it, right? So the proposed bill, so for the Emergency Rental Assistance and Rental Market Stabilization Act, it will be a grant that will be dispersed by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Existing Emergency Solutions grant. So all that means, God, why do they have to have all that? All that means is this, that they will have local services provide and administer the funds. So right now, both bills, let's just go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's go ahead. So he wants to give $2,000 per quarter, and then he also wants to provide a grant to help people with their rent or even mortgage assistance. And I think in this next phase for some of the things they're going to have to consider that as well, because even we know the $1,200 was not sufficient. We all know that. We all agree to that the $1,200 wasn't sufficient. But we also know that a lot of people have yet to receive their unemployment. People are receiving denial letters. So I think what was supposed to happen is you received the $1,200, but by the time you received it, your unemployment would have kicked in for the additional $600. So you would have like your steady income of your unemployment come in. And in a perfect world, that would have worked out perfectly, and you would have had income each week. We all know that didn't happen. So people are still waiting on their unemployment or have been denied their unemployment, so they don't have money to pay the rent. So with his bill, it doesn't have an income requirement. He doesn't say, so like some of the other ones have, where if you make under $130,000 or less. It doesn't have an age requirement either, where we know, I think for the Emergency Money for the People Act, is everyone above 16 will get the $2,000. And he wants to do this $2,000 per quarter, which when are we going to receive it? Like, which quarter are we talking about? Are we getting it now for the advanced quarter? And once again, if everyone was receiving their unemployment or they were back at work, or $2,000 per quarter for that boost would be sufficient. I think it would be sufficient. That's just my opinion. I think it would. But considering we're not receiving the unemployment, people are not at work, I still like the Emergency Money for the People Act, where you get $2,000 per month. Now, because we know that as this pandemic is gonna continue to wear on, most people are still going to become unemployed, right? Department of Labor stated already that another 3 million people may be added on Friday. They usually put out the reports on Friday, and another 3 million people. So that would put us now at 33 million people that are unemployed. So without a steady income and people unemployed, I think you're going to need both. I think you're going to need the $2,000 per month plus your unemployment. And not only, in any other thing that you can, because as of right now, people are behind. So this $2,000 per quarter, if you're already behind on your bills, what are you going to do? Now, let me know in the comments below, because we always talk about it. Let me know, what are your thoughts below on Senator Brown's proposal for $2,000 per quarter and the rent or mortgage grant. So if you are able to get both, so if they approve where you can get the rent and mortgage covered for you for just say before and after the pandemic, would the $2,000 be sufficient? Because that is where you don't. So, because I guess if you think about it, you would have your rent or mortgage paid. Then if you are receiving your unemployment, you'll have that money coming in, and then you would get the $2,000 per quarter. I still feel with this, he didn't separate on who would be left out, but I think with the Emergency Money for the People Act, and I think that's like the most popular, that one works because it gives it to everyone. And so that way you don't lose your SSI or your VA or your railroad recipients. They would still be able to get the $2,000 per month. And I think the $2,000 per quarter, it has potential. But what I will say is this $2,000 number, it is very popular in Congress. I don't know how this number was tossed around and where did we come up with the $2,000 number, because why we didn't get that number tossed around in the first stimulus instead of $1,200, inquiring minds want to know. But this $2,000 number is being tossed around, and so I do like where it's going, and it seems like a lot of the proposals everyone is putting their proposal for around the same thing. Doesn't it seem like that to you? Like, we know I think it's Omar, I think she had put for like the rent and mortgage cancellation for up to 1 year. She had that. Now he's introducing both, where we're saying rent and mortgage and $2,000 per quarter. We have the Emergency Money for the People Act, where you get $2,000 per month. And then we have the automatic boost payment, where you get $2,000 as a one-time boost, but then $1,000 per month. And then, we got something else. Which one am I missing? We have the ABC, Emergency Money for the People Act, the rent cancellation. We have the hazard pay for an additional $12 per hour. We also have, guys, like, my brain is about to explode. We have all of this that is going in to possibly be looked at for phase 4. And I'm interested to see what they come up with, because it's kind of surrounding the same issues, but everyone has their take on how the money should be dispersed. Should it be monthly? Should it be quarterly? It just needs to be get the people their money. I think that's what, I don't know if you guys agree with me, let me know. I would love to read your comments down below, but it should be that we need to get this money out to the people, and the money should have been out to the people yesterday. Like, the fact that people are still waiting on their stimulus payments, that's crazy. That is bananas. I don't understand how are people still waiting on their payments. So that, and then with all these bills, make sure you go in there and decide really, how is this going to be dispersed? Because I know people were stating prepaid cards. If we can't even get the simple things down, and people may be waiting until September to get their checks, with all these new bills and proposals, can we get the money to the people a little bit faster? I propose that, or can I propose that we get the money to the people that still have not received their money? Can we do that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I still want you to talk about and make sure, but also, how do we set this up so we do not fail moving forward? That's all. We, as a country, we just got, we're getting better, and this is the first time that it has happened, something like this has happened. So I agree, I understand. But now going into phase 4, what did we learn from the other phases that we can implement? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Check out my last 4 videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I will talk to you later. All right, bye.